What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and today you're watching a magic review on the Vibring by Pitata. Welcome to the channel, and thanks for tuning in. Please consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment on any questions that you have about the product I'm reviewing or anything you'd like to see in the future. Let me know your thoughts. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss a video or a review. Don't forget to head over to Facebook and join the Chris Edwards Magic Secret Access group. That is a group that I have kind of based around this channel where I can interact with you guys on a more personal level. And I'm also going to be providing you with a more in-depth look on certain products such as Peak Wallets and other releases that I don't want to go into full detail to the public. So it's more hidden than what a layperson would be able to see. There'll be unlisted videos where I will post direct links within the group. So those unlisted videos can't be searched via anything, whether it's not visible on my channel for one to the public, and two, you won't be able to search those videos through the YouTube search engine or like Google or anything like that. So check that out, and in there I can answer questions in a lot more detail than I will on here. What is the Vibring? The Vibring is a vibrating ring that can be used for a number of effects, mainly based on telekinesis or things of that sort. Now, you get a number of things with this. There's also plenty of things that you can do with this. Kind of the sky is the limit, depending on how much creative thought you want to put into this. What do you get? So you get the packaging here. It comes in a hard shell box. Inside there is a tutorial link that I'm not going to show you, but then you'll get your Vibring, you'll get a USB charger, and then some nuts and bolts. And the tutorial is going to go over how the ring works and everything. We'll get more into the tutorial here in a second. So what's the quality on this? Honestly, I was shocked with the quality and how good this is. The quality, I think it's made out of a stainless steel. It's thick. It's a thick ring, definitely durable. It's not going to bend. It's not going to break. I mean, maybe if you mishandle it. I don't know what happens if you drop it on cement or anything, but everything is very well put together and it is solid. Not overly heavy, but you can tell it's a solid, durable ring. So the close-up, this is the cross version. They also came out with a version that has no design, no pattern. It's just a smooth ring. Thickness on it looks like that. So I mean, it is a thicker ring, but you have to understand that inside here is all your parts, right? As well as your battery and everything. So considering all of that is inside this, I think that's pretty impressive and very high quality. Now, as far as the vibration goes, a lot of people wondered, is it going to be loud? Are people going to be able to hear it? I'm vibrating it right now. It's very, very quiet. So everything works inside. You don't have to have like a remote or anything. It's all self-contained. I can show the charge port. There's really nothing to see, but there's a little charge port in there. So it's not a USB-C or like a micro USB, because that wouldn't work with this. So they've supplied the proper charging cable, and you just want to make sure you don't lose that. Now, as far as kind of showing you guys this up close, I don't feel like I'm exposing anything. I mean, if you've read the description or if you've seen the name of it, you're going to get a good idea already on how this works. The trailer goes over how it works. The description goes over how it works. So, I'm just trying to give you guys a better look and more information on what's already out there. The quality is very good. It works really well. So with this, I wear a size 9. I have a size 9 on. I've also picked up a size 8. And even though my finger is slightly larger than an 8, with this, the gap here, That's going to allow you to get a smaller ring on by putting it on sideways and then turning it, right? Some of you are going to want a tighter fit with this. The reason being is that it is activated by using your finger and by using the muscle in your finger. So the tighter the ring, the easier it's going to be for your finger muscles to engage the button. So to do that, basically all you have to do is close your hand. And that doesn't seem strange because you're going to be holding different objects. So this will engage it just like that. So that's what it's going to look like. You can also, depending on your handling, right? If you're doing it this way, the ring's going to be hidden. Not that it looks like anything out of the norm, but there are definitely ways, if you don't want that ring to be seen, depending on your angles and handlings, there are ways to make the ring completely invisible. So next, on to the difficulty level. Now, it's definitely not difficult to use. It's very easy to use, but it's going to take some practice. And the reasoning behind that is because I would compare this might sound like a strange comparison, but I would compare this ring to coin magic. Okay, so in the beginning of coin magic, when you're learning the classic palm, or you're learning any new palm, your hand's going to be awkward. It's going to look awkward, it's going to feel awkward until you kind of build that muscle memory and build those muscles. Another one is like the muscle pass, right? When you first start doing it, it's not going to happen. But the more you practice, the more you build those muscles, the more easily it's going to become, and it's going to look natural, right? And same with the classic palm. The more you build those muscles, you're going to have a flat hand. Like the more you practice, the better it's going to look. And that's the same with this. The more you practice, the more natural your movements are going to become, the more natural it's going to feel. You're going to build up that finger muscle, and it's going to be even easier to activate. Another thing that I forgot to mention in the packaging, if this ring is a little bit too big on you when you get it, is like I said, you're going to want a snug fit, but they've also included some sticky backed foam that you can place inside, and that's what I've done on the bigger ring, is I've just placed the foam around it. Now it's stuck and it hasn't come off, so it works well. With this one, I did use one very thin piece of foam just to cover the activation button, just because I think that makes it easier to engage the vibration, but it's up to you. You might not need it. Angles, setup and reset, arts and crafts. There is no angle restrictions, right? It's a ring, it's on your finger. If you're a person that wears rings, like I tend to, I wear rings on this hand, so to have a ring on the other hand really doesn't look odd, right? So yeah, the angles, it's angle proof. There is no setup or reset. You activate it as you want to. That's all under your control. The only, I guess, setup is to make sure that you're charging it, right? So if you go out and you use it a bit, I don't know what the battery life is like on this. I charged these once and they're still working as they should, and I've had them for, I don't know, a month or two. I mean, I don't use it all the time or every day. This isn't a ring that you're likely going to wear all the time because it is going to be a tight ring. It's not going to be comfortable to wear all the time. I mean, it can be, this one. Yeah, this is fine. This wouldn't bother me wearing this all day, but until you build that finger muscle up, you're going to have to wear it closer to the joint to activate it. And once it's closer on the joint, it's really tight and it probably won't feel too comfortable. But just wearing as a regular ring, you could wear this all the time. The thing is, though, if you're wearing this all the time, there could be some concern because the ring is not waterproof. So you're not going to want to use this in a wet environment, which includes sweat, right? So for me, I would only use this when I know I'm going to perform, and then aside from that, I would take it off. Can it be inspected? So again, I don't think that this is something that's going to be inspected because it doesn't look like anything out of the norm, especially if you wear rings. And even if you don't, it's not unusual to wear one ring. So I don't think it would be questioned. But if they are asking, let me see your ring, then no, it can't be inspected. If they see the inside of the ring, they're going to realize it's not a normal ring. And there really is no way around that because it needs to be charged, it needs to be activated with the button. So I think that they've done a phenomenal job with this. Those are just things that I think are impossible to work around. Pocket space. So it doesn't need to take up any pocket space if you are somebody who's just going to be wearing this throughout the night or throughout your performance. then it's not ever going to be in your pocket. But if you're like me, who is going to take it off between performances and you do throw it in your pocket, it's going to take up very little space. It's just a ring. Is it a worker, and who would use this? Really, this is not necessarily specific to anybody who's going to use this, right? You could use this for mentalism as far as the telekinesis thing goes. It's going to work to do different things in different magic routines, right? If you want to move something or you want to animate something, this can also be done with cards, where you tear off a piece of maybe the corner of the card and place that onto the rest of the card, and you can have that move off. So it's not specific to any magic genre. And you can find tons of different things to do with this. There's a lot of good ideas and examples in the trailer itself. If you're using this in a working situation, you do want some ambient noise, and that's not because of the ring. The ring is completely silent. Like, I don't think anybody would hear the ring even in a close-up, dead silent setting. Like I said, I can't hear it, and it's going right now. I mean, I can feel it, but I can't hear it. So they've done an extremely good job at making this quiet. Now, because it does use vibration, depending on what you're using, that's where you're going to get your sound. So with this, there's a slight sound with this as it turns. You can hear a vibration, but again, that's not the ring. That's the nut turning on the bolt and the vibration, right? Same with this. There is a vibration, and I'll show you just so that you can hear. Maybe you can hear it, and maybe not. So when you have the ring on and you have something like two solid, kind of loud objects on one another, you can hear a vibration. Maybe you can't. It's not loud, but that is one of the things where you may want your ambient noise or background noise of some sort, because there can be some noise depending on what you're using. So is it worth the money, and what's the price on this? This was a Kickstarter project. You could pick it up on Kickstarter for $50. Now, the retail price, once it becomes available through PETA's website, I can't remember if it's 80 or 100. So is it worth the price? I mean, it does a lot. It works very good. So I think it is worth that price, because I don't think there's anything other than this on the market that does what this does and does it well. I know that there are other devices that vibrate in forms of a TT. The layman won't get that term, but the rest of you will. But as far as something that can be worn on you at all times and doesn't stick out, you don't have to hide this, right? And it's extremely quiet. So I think that it is worth the price. I think that they've done an extremely good job on this. So also some exciting news that I'm just adding here last minute. If you are somebody who is interested in purchasing the Vibring, the team at PETA has been generous enough to offer those who are watching a 20% discount on the Vibring. So in order to get that discount code, subscribe to the channel, and I will leave my channel email in the description, as well as a text caption below in this video. And you can email me there just stating that you would like the discount code. I will reply back with the discount code so you can pick this up at 20% off. Positives and negatives. Extremely high quality. It's really, really good. I have not had this thing fail or die on me yet, and I've only charged it once. I have used it quite a bit because it does take some practice to find out where it best sits on your finger and how to activate it. You know, everybody's hands are different, so depending on your hand, right, you want to find that sweet spot. But other than that, no, it works great. The quality is great. It's all self-contained. Like, it is a bigger ring, obviously, because it has to be, but it's not bulkier than it needs to be, right? I mean, there are bigger rings out there that don't function as anything other than a ring. And you know, look at people who wear maybe graduate rings, or people that wear sports rings or things like that. They're bigger than this, right? And they're just rings. So I don't think that this sticks out as being strange looking or anything like that. I think it's a good price for something like this, definitely. And then as far as the tutorial goes, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's not a long tutorial. They explain how to use the ring, how to charge it, and it's all really straightforward. This isn't something that you have to really learn, but it is something that you're going to want to practice. Negatives, I don't have any negatives about the ring itself. Like I said, it's super quiet, but the only negative is that with some things that you are animating, there may be some noise, right? I've tried to demonstrate that, but it really wasn't very loud. You may find that there are other things that you use that will be louder, where the vibration carries through that object and it's louder. If it's going to rattle a lot, there will be more noise. But again, I can't really say that that's a negative towards the ring because they've done an extremely good job on making the ring super silent. So just use discretion on what you're using, and if it is something where there's going to be some noise, like it does sound like a vibration, so you're just going to want to make sure that your environment is suitable for that. But there are things that will be completely quiet as well, so if you're in a space that's very quiet, then just use the quieter objects that you're going to animate. So with that, I think I've covered everything I can. Keep your eye out for this. It is a phenomenal product. I know it's not available for retail yet, but it will be. Any questions, just ask. I hope that I didn't show too much, but again, you can see everything in the trailer and in the description and even in the name itself. So I'm just wanting to provide you with my thoughts and my information since I have been using it. I don't think I'm doing anything beyond what's out there. Anyway, with that, thanks you guys for watching, and we'll see you at the next review.